Hey, everybody. I just wanted to talk to you today about the advantages of e commerce over a traditional store and some of the reasons why you would potentially want to have an online store. And I think that most of you listening understand probably why that's important, especially with what's happened in the last few years, how the world shut down, and really kind of online was the way to go, right? That was how people were getting their products. So some of the ways, one of the main reasons that you want to have an online store, even if you have a brick and mortar, you want to have an online presence is because you're going to be open all the time. And that's really the main reason, right? You're going to be open all the time. If you don't have a website, think about this. If you wanted to go to one of the big box stores and buy something, you want to do it on your time, right? When it's convenient for you. And they're open during hours that are convenient for their shoppers to come and shop there, right? So it would be very bad if like your favorite store wasn't open during the day. Let's say they were only open when the guy wanted to show up to check you out. So they're only open between like 4 and 6 p.m. And that's it. And if you want something, you have to go buy it right then, like between 4 and 6. Otherwise, you can put in your order, but you can't like check out until the next day at 4 o'clock, right? That's what it's like if you are trying to sell, let's say on a Facebook page alone, and you're not giving the opportunity for customers to shop when it's convenient for them. So by having an online store, your own e-commerce store, you are going to be open 24 hours a day. And there are ladies that I work with that regularly get orders overnight. Like it's just a given, right? Because people can shop when it's convenient for them. So that's the main reason that you want to have an e-commerce store. The other thing is geographics, right? You can sell to people that aren't in your town, and that is huge. So if you're thinking about opening an online store and you say to me, oh, but I'm in a small town, what do you think I'm going to say to you back? That doesn't matter, right? Because when you're on the internet, literally the world is your oyster. And gosh, the first few years I was in business, I think it was probably 2 or 3 years before I even had a sale in my own state. The bulk, well, all of my sales came from out of state because that's how it is when you're online, right? People find you and shop with you, and it doesn't matter if you're close. The other thing is you can have people shopping with you. Maybe they find something that they like somewhere and they'll go looking on the internet. So you can get organic traffic, just people searching for things, certain things, and your site will pop up. Same thing, you're going to gain new customers that way, right? If someone's shopping, I can't tell you how many times somebody has put in a search for like a certain kind of shoe that I have, and they end up buying the shoe from my store, and it's because it popped up in the search engines because that information was on my product page, right? You are not in the search engines if you are not in an e-commerce store. So if you have a brick and mortar, a storefront, and you have like a certain brand of shoes someone's looking for and they're not online, they don't know you have them. Same thing with a Facebook page. If you're selling on a Facebook page and you don't have a store, Facebook is not in the SEO results. That's something that it just like became very clear to me a few months ago. I never really thought about the fact that when you're selling on Facebook, you are not in the search results. You can work, and people cannot find you by searching in a search engine because Facebook does not show up in there. So if you have your own e-commerce store, you are visible, right? So there are some techniques to be more visible, but you're visible. You're out there. You have more opportunities, right? You can also create targeted communication. So you can target people. When people sign up, they buy something from you, they sign up for your email list. You can then market to them in all kinds of different ways. And typically that's not an option when you're not collecting email addresses, which I'm guessing, there are more people now doing that with their brick and mortars than there used to be. But in the old days, nobody was collecting email addresses when you would go in and shop, right? Do you guys remember that? Go in and shop for something and they don't ask you for your email address. But now, there's a lot more of that going on. So anyway, those are all reasons that you want to have an e-commerce store. And so if you are not selling, if you do not have a brick and mortar, you do not have an e-commerce website, say you only have a brick and mortar, or you're selling only on Facebook and you don't have your own website, you need to get that on the top of your list, right? Because the ladies that have those are the ones making lots and lots and lots of sales without having to go out and do things to get them, right? People can literally buy from you when they're ready. It's on their time. And again, I want you to think about this. If you're still not convinced, think about your favorite store. You want to buy something, but they're only taking orders between 4 and 6 p.m. Does that make you want to shop there? No. So if you want help and you want to learn more about this, how to open a store, how to be successful at it, I want to invite you. In 2 days, we are starting a new program. It's not a new program, but I am adding something for the next 8 weeks to my original program. For the next 8 weeks, I'm going to be doing weekly group coaching, which is me and my ladies in my program. And we're going to work on your stores. The goal is to get you to 5-figure sales per month. So let's see, that is a minimum of 10,000, right? 5 figures, 10,000. 10,000. Who wants to do 10,000 a month in sales? Type it in the chat. I see some of you on here. Type it in the chat. Tell me, do you want to do 10,000 a month in sales? I literally got a text from one of my students in the program yesterday. She had been at an event and she sent me the screenshot of her sales. She'd done over $3,000 at this event. And she wasn't even done. Literally, orders kept coming in even after that, you guys. That's $3,000. I know she did closer to 4. She may have done 4 in one day. So if you want to do 10,000 a month in sales or more, and you want help from someone, I have not only done it, I have taught ladies how to do it. I've had ladies that have started from scratch with me. I have had ladies already going that have joined with me. Let's say you already have inventory and it's not selling. That is the number one thing I hear is I have inventory and it's not selling. So tell me, is that you? Asia, guess what? You're in the academy. It is free. All the academy ladies are in the group coaching free. Everything that I do, you guys, if you're in my Ecom Academy, you get it for free. So you are part of my team. I'm on your team. You get it. So who here has inventory and you're having a hard time selling it? I keep doing this, like you're going to raise your hand. Tell me in the chat. Do you have inventory that's not selling that you would like some help with? Now, if you have a brick and mortar, if you're selling, let's say you're selling on Facebook. Let's say you're selling on Square. Let's say you're selling on one of those apps. You all know what I'm talking about, the app that's supposed to help you sell a lot, and it doesn't. So if that's you, type yes in the comments. Would you like to learn how to sell several $1,000s in one day? I actually have a private client that sold over 8,000. It was 8,000 something in one day a few months ago. Over $8,000 in one day. And guys, that is 50 to 60% profit. So anyone love math that wants to tell me how much money she made? How much profit did she make in one day? I'm going to do the math here. She made approximately $4,800 in profits in one day. I know, it's crazy, you guys. And if you don't believe that it can happen, I can tell you that both of the ladies that I'm referring to that have done amazing in sales in one day, they started from scratch. They're not tech savvy. They didn't know everything. They didn't have all the answers, but they did follow the strategies, right? That same lady, let's see, the same one that did over $8,000 in one day, she did over $3,000 in 1 hour. I have a screenshot of it. I know. Hey guys, Dana, Julie, Asia, Yuri. Yeah, I mean, it's insane, right? Sheila. So it's all about, okay, picture a hill. We talked about this last week. Picture a hill. And right now you're by yourself. You have all this inventory. You don't know what to do, right? You feel like you're pushing a rock up a hill. So imagine that you get help and I help you with my strategies and coaching get to the top of the hill, right? I've had like way too much coffee today. So you're at the top of the hill. So now you'll start to learn and all of a sudden you will start going downhill. So instead of fighting for every single sale, you're going to hit a point, and now everybody does. You're going to hit a point that sales will start coming in and you won't have to work as hard. And once that happens, that's when you start tweaking things. Make sense? Because I've done 7 figures in sales online. The hardest battle is to get to the top of that first hill. Once you get up there, you will see things that you didn't see before. You'll start taking action and you will literally start waking up to sales. You will know, if I buy this, I will sell it in less than a week. You'll start to get to know your customers. You'll say, oh my gosh, they will love this. You'll get in touch, right? That's when you start going down the hill. That's when you show up live, you start selling stuff before you even tell them how much it is. That's the point that you want to get to. So type it in the chat if that's you. If you want to get to that point that you're at the top of the hill instead of at the bottom and you're getting ready to catch that wave, you're going to start going down the hill. It's going to be a snowball effect. Tell me if that's you. Now, I'm going to drop a link in the chat here, and this, you guys only have 2 days to sign up for this. If you're not in the academy already, I'm going to drop the link, and those of you in the academy, would you please just tell everyone listening what you think about this program, because I feel like it's magical. I don't quite understand all the details, right? It's just magical. It works. It works. So there's the link. If you are wanting to get to 5 figures in sales, that's what this is all about. I sat around and I thought, what can I do to help my people in my program get to 5 figures a month in sales? What can I do? I need feedback, right? I need to know where you're at. I know where you want to go. And so I decided that 8 weeks of group coaching is going to get you there. You have to be ready. You have to show up and do the work. And yes, there will be recordings of everything. So if you work during the day, you will be able to watch the recordings of everything. So there is no time limit, but you have to be ready to do the work. You have to be ready to give feedback. right? So if you're on the fence and you're like, I don't know, someday I might want to do this, I'm just not ready. It's not going to work for you. The other person it won't work for is if you're too scared to take action, because that's another thing that I run into. And if you're too scared to take action, I can't save you. It's kind of like, I have a donut shop, right? I've had a donut shop almost 20 years, and I can hire somebody with an amazing attitude and teach them how to do the job, right? But I can't hire someone with a bad attitude and teach them how to do the job and be happy doing it, right? So you have to come in not jaded, not saying, oh, I don't have any money left. I, spent my last $200 on inventory and I'm just not willing to invest any more money in this pipe dream of mine. This just isn't going to work. It is not for you, because definitely I feel like you become who you hang out with, and I don't want to hang out with negative people, honestly. So if you're a negative person, this is not for you. This is for positive people that believe that it can work. Hey, hey, Cammie. This is for positive people that believe it can work, that are willing to do the work, that are excited about doing the work. And I've been shocked. In the last 6 months, I've been shocked. I've been shocked at some of the ladies, because there were some ladies that I didn't think were going to make it. And they showed me that I was completely wrong, you guys. I thought that they were too negative and they weren't going to make it. And by gosh, they're out there doing it. And, it's really awesome when that happens, because I didn't see what was inside of them. And boom, they just turned it on. So if that is you, then you are probably ready for this. And the other thing too is it's $197, right? Are you willing to spend $200 to change your life? 8 weeks with the amazing ladies that are in the academy. You don't just get me, you get all these ladies. And let me see what some of them said real quick, if I can get the comments to show up. They're not showing up on my laptop, so I'm going to pull up here on my phone, because I see you guys on here and I know you were saying something. Heck yes. Cammie, we need you in this program. Okay, let me see here. Let me find my group. I'm so excited to see how many of you that I can get to 5 figures a month this year. Sheila says you can't put a price on educating yourself with someone who's done it. It definitely plays a factor in my success. Ready for the ride. Yes. Asia says, this is a great class, ladies. I got so many events, and oh, you go to so many events and they don't have the tools you need, or the tools that we have in this program. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Yuri says it's been 2 months since she launched and she's learned so much already. Yeah, I think one of the 2 common things that I see are you freak out. Like who's freaking out right now because you have a lot of inventory and it's not selling? That's the number one thing that I see, honestly. And not ladies that I'm working with because you have a plan, right? It's people who went out and bought a bunch of inventory and thought they were going to start a business, and they found out it's super hard when you don't have a strategy. So freaking out because you have too much inventory. The next thing is you think that you need more inventory, so you don't want to spend $200 to invest in your education because you feel like you need to spend that money on inventory, because your customers might buy this thing even though they're not buying all the other things, right? So if you are ready for strategy and you are tired of messing around and not having a plan, I have gobs of plans. I have so many plans that I don't even have time to do them all. And the ladies that are doing 5 figures a month in sales, they're not even using all the strategies. So if even just one strategy worked for you, it would change your life. So I'm going to jump off here. I could literally hang out with you guys all day. I love you guys. But you only have till Wednesday. So there's Coach Karina in here. You have 2 days to get in this program. It's $197 for 8 weeks. You get group coaching with me and my ladies in the academy, 8 weeks of coaching. It will change your life. So if you feel like I'm talking to you, I want you to find the link in this and click on it, because at some point I'm going to shut off the group coaching and I'm not going to let anyone else into the program. So you either need to decide now that this is for you and you're in, or you can wait and see if I do this again. And I'm not sure. I'm not sure yet. So we'll see how this goes. So I hope to see you inside, and I will talk to you later.